Our top story this morning is a bleak forecast of massive power price pain, which has overshadowed the Albanese government's first budget over a renewed rise in consumer prices to a now 32-year high. We're starting to get closer to those American and British levels of 40-year highs. Our political reporter Olivia Casely joins us live now from Canberra. Olivia, Treasury forecasts power prices to soar by more than 50% over the next 18 months. What's the Treasurer doing about it?
Well, Pete, you're right that the economic outlook is pretty bleak. If Treasury forecasts come to fruition, household bills could spike by as much as $1,300 over the next 2 years. So the Treasurer isn't ruling out price caps on energy bills or new curbs on gas exporters to take some of the sting out of these household bill rises. So he believes forcing down prices through government market intervention is going to be the best remedy in this situation. But what that intervention will look like remains to be seen. And also household is definitely going to be experiencing some spikes in terms of bills in the years ahead. So Deputy Opposition Leader Susan Lee has taken aim at the government this morning, and she says that the government isn't making power prices a priority.
We made affordable power prices a priority when we were in government. We understood that that's the perspective that you have to have when you look at this issue, so that we don't find that people can't afford to turn on the coolers, turn on the heaters, or run their manufacturing equipment in their businesses. Now, that's not the approach this government has had. They've talked a big game on renewables, but they haven't realised the cost.
These budget forecasts are fueling a political fight over a pledge Labor made at the election to reduce energy prices by $275 by 2025. Opposition leader Peter Dutton's already come out swinging on this. He's going to have an opportunity to respond to the budget later today, and he's already taken aim at the Prime Minister.
It was a budget where they were congratulating each other about announcing really bad news for the Australian public, and I think a lot of those businesses and households, as I say, they heard the Prime Minister promise 97 times before the election that they would reduce power prices by $275. People took him at his word. They trusted him.
But Defence Minister Richard Marles this morning has defended the modelling that underpinned the government's $275 election promise.
The modelling was done at the end of 2021 for an outcome in 2025. The modelling didn't take into account the war in Ukraine because it hadn't happened. And the war in Ukraine is completely disrupting energy markets around the world. But when I hear the opposition go down this path of attack, what I hear is a continued scepticism on their part about the significance and the role that renewable energy can play in putting downward pressure on power prices.
The opposition's budget reply speech today is expected to focus on cost of living pressures, rising energy prices, and also the coalition's record on economic management. But no major policy announcements are expected. Opposition leader Peter Dutton yesterday said that the budget showed that the government had effectively raised a white flag amid very gloomy economic conditions.
I think last night was really a white flag being raised by a Treasurer with training wheels on that just didn't know how to respond.
One thing we know from the Treasury papers is that these soaring energy prices are directly contributing to inflation, which yesterday jumped to 7.3%, its highest level in 32 years. And that's fueling predictions that the RBA will likely raise the cash rate when it meets next Tuesday. It's little wonder that within this economic environment, Dr. Chalmers referred to inflation yesterday as public enemy number one.
Sure. Olivia Casely live there from Canberra. Thank you.